do it.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay. Time 6 o'clock. Have the roll call.
Ryan Miller.
Alex Crawford. Has the meeting been duly noted?
Yes, ma'am.
Make a motion to approve the agenda.
I second it.
Point of order. On the agenda, how come we're only approving one board member tonight and we're not replacing all three?
We haven't approved the agenda yet.
I know, I'm asking about the agenda.
Your point is not germane to the motion. The motion is to approve the agenda.
I know, and I'm asking, point of order. Why are we only replacing one board member?
Because this is a special meeting with one item and only one item on the agenda.
I know, and my
Member is
question
out
is,
of order.
why are
Please
we
sit
replacing
down.
only one board member and
Will
not
the
all
member
three of them?
please sit down?
No, I'm asking a question, I need an answer.
Ms. Taslick, will you please sit down?
Why can't you answer my question?
I'm
You
honored.
should answer ours.
Please sit down.
I'm asking a question.
And I'd like to know the answer also.
The member will come to order. Please sit down.
Why will you not answer my question?
I've answered your question.
No, you haven't.
Your question
I
has
asked,
been
why are
answered.
we replacing only one board member and not all three of them?
The question was answered. Please sit down, Ms. Taslick.
Madam President, point of information, please.
Right. The member will state his question.
I'd like to come to point.
Sir.
Madam President, it's my understanding that the items on the agenda tonight are something that has not faced our homeowners association previously. We have had situations where we've had 1, 2 board members that have resigned, or we've had vacancies for whatever reason. But this is the first time that we've had a situation where we have 3 members that resigned, and the remaining board members do not make up a quorum. It's my understanding that both you and several members in attendance tonight have done extensive research on what is required in accordance with Florida Statute 720 and our governing documents. And I request that you provide that information to the members, because I am sure that a majority of them are not aware of what the correct procedures are. So if you would outline those procedures, which have, it's my understanding, been validated by the association attorney, I think it might resolve the question that was raised in the point of order, of which you did address, and you should continue your meeting.
Thank you. On July the 29th, Earl Dean, Mike Scott, and Carol Scott resigned from the Board of Directors. This left 2 directors, Alex Crawford and Ryan Miller. A member of the Holley by the Sea then filed a notice of intent to apply for receivership. Pursuant to Florida Statute 720.3053, if the vacancies sufficient to constitute a quorum are not filled within 30 days, a receiver may be appointed to manage the affairs of the association. If a receiver is appointed, he will have all the powers of the board and be entitled to receive a salary and reimbursement of all costs, including court costs and attorney's fees, that will be at the expense of the association. This is a legal opinion from Michelle Anchors, and we have printed out several copies. And I'm going to read from her opinion. Article 3, Section 1 of the Holley by the Sea bylaws states that the number of directors shall never be less than 3. Thus, it is important that the number of directors be increased to 3. To fill the vacancies, Article 3, Section 7 of the Holley by the Sea bylaws provides that vacancies shall be filled by election by the remaining directors. Each person so elected to fill a vacancy shall successor has been elected by a vote of the membership at the next annual meeting. To fill this vacancy, the remaining 2 board members should meet at a properly noticed meeting. Although it is not ideal for only 2 board members to fill a vacancy, Florida statutes have anticipated this scenario. Section 720, 306.9.a Florida statute states, unless otherwise provided in the bylaws, any vacancy occurring on the board before the expiration of a term may be filled by an affirmative vote of the majority of the remaining directors, even if the remaining directors constitutes less than a quorum, or by the sole remaining director. Thus, based on this provision of law, the 2 remaining directors may fill a vacancy with a majority vote. A quorum is defined in Article 3, Section 13 of the Holley by the Sea bylaws as a majority of the entire board of directors. Right now, the entire board of directors consists of 2 people. To obtain an affirmative vote of the majority of the 2 board members, both members will need to agree on the person to fill the vacancy. This is Michelle Anchor, our attorney's opinion. I suggest that the 2 remaining board members fill one of the vacancies immediately at a properly noticed meeting. At that point, Holley by the Sea will be in compliance with the bylaws by having at least 3 board members. Then the board members can fill the remaining vacancies at subsequent notice meetings.
Madam President, I am the person that signed for the receivership in order to protect this association. Unfortunately, when you fell less than 3 board members, it does advise to do that. I hope it never happens again, and I hope I never have to sign for receivership again here. Thank you.
Motion to appoint board member Rebecca Ward to fill the vacancy on our board.
You never approved the agenda.
The agenda.
Sorry. Sorry. Motion to approve the agenda.
I second the motion.
No, we didn't hear it. Please,
Marty, talk into the mic a little closer.
Yeah.
They can't hear you.
Motion to approve the agenda.
I second the motion. The approval of the agenda has been motioned and seconded. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay. We'll now go to new business.
Under new business, we have the appointment of board members to fill a vacancy. I motion to appoint Rebecca Ward as a 3rd member on the board of directors.
I second that.
I protested, I'm sorry. First off, I'm going to this person if she didn't run.
Excuse me, order please. If you wish to speak, would you come to the microphone?
What's her name?
My name is Rosemary Booth, and I live on the east side of Holley by the Sea. Why are we voting for a new person who was never on the ballot? And furthermore, why don't we just select the next person in line that had the most votes?
There is nothing in the covenants, the bylaws, or 720 that said the person next in line with the votes must be the next board member.
So we are complex here, is that what you're telling me? The members have no rights? You can make anybody you want, okay, to be on that board?
I'm telling you that according to the legal opinion, the board members will be appointed by the board of directors.
But that's only an opinion now, an opinion.
a legal opinion.
It's not a law, it's an opinion. Please listen to the language that you're speaking.
And what is yours?
What is your point of order, or what is your point?
Why is the next person that has the most votes not being asked to fill a position?
Because the board of directors are going to fill that position by another way.
Yeah, in a year. No. Annual meeting.
No. Perhaps you didn't listen to what I said.
I'm reading it.
No, that wasn't what I said at all. If you would like to sit down, I will read it to you again.
Speak closer to the mic.
Okay. Article 3, Section 1 of the Holley by the Sea bylaws states that the number of directors shall never be less than 3. Thus, it is important that the number of directors be increased to 3. To fill the vacancies, Article 3, Section 7 of the Holley by the Sea bylaws provides that vacancies shall be filled by election by the remaining directors. I'll say that one more time. Shall be filled by election by the remaining directors. Each person so elected to fill a vacancy shall remain a director until his successor has been elected by a vote of the membership at the next annual meeting. The next annual meeting will be in July.
Madam President, it is in Florida statute, which is a law, and the action that this board, the 2 remaining board members are taking, is in accordance with Florida law and the governing documents, which are the bylaws and the covenants. That's the process it says to follow. There's nothing that authorizes the board members to look back at the election, which is done and over with, and say whoever got the next number of votes gets to now be on the board. The process they're using is correct. If you'd like to read it, I have the Florida statute here. I have our bylaws and our covenants. And I'll quote it to you.
You might
It's
be
highlighted.
correct, but she should, we're not even a month old from,
Ma'am, it makes no difference. It could have happened the same day. It makes no difference. The documents reference when you don't have sufficient board members for whatever reason. You could have had 3 people that passed away that day and you had vacancies. They're doing the process by only filling 1 instead of filling 3, which is proven in the past to be a mistake. Let's follow the process this time, okay? They appoint 1, and then those 3, then they'll have a quorum, and it's not just 2 people. They'll be conducting business in accordance with the Florida law and our governing documents.
meanwhile, no 2 people on the board.
Will the member at the podium has the floor. Order. The member at the podium has the floor. If you wish to speak, please rise and wait your turn.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
My name is Jeff Roberts. I'm a resident off of Crescent Road. I understand what you're doing. You're getting another board member to meet your quorum. I have 2 questions. The first question is, once that person has been appointed, are there any intentions of filling the other 2 positions?
Yes,
And how do you intend on doing that?
by the way that's been recommended by the directors.
Okay, I came in either late or I saw it briefly, but I was listening to what you had to say.
Okay, it's Article 3, Section 7 of the Holley by the Sea bylaws. Vacancies shall be filled by election by the remaining directors. In that case, it would be 3 directors. Each person so elected to fill a vacancy shall remain a director until his successor has been elected by a vote of the membership at the next annual meeting.
Okay, I guess I didn't phrase my question properly. How do you intend on receiving nominations, or, do you just choose whoever you want?
Yes.
Or how do you know if anybody, I need to come to you, because I am interested in running for the board. I believe that there needs to be, I'm not saying you're not, I'm just saying in the past, there needs to be a financial responsibility, and to have the best interest of the homeownership in mind, and I believe you do. But how are we going to vet these individuals? Are they going to be people that you know personally? Are you going to accept nominations or require any vetting from anybody else?
Since the duty to fulfill the position has been given to the directors, the 2 tonight and 3 ongoing directors will make the decision. Tonight, we want to be able to get away from the threat of receivership, which I think is very important for everybody. The cost to get out of receivership, should we go into it, and that's the first order of business. We're having a special meeting of 1 item and only 1 item.
Okay.
But ongoing, we were chosen as directors, and for that we assumed that the membership trusted our judgment, and it will be our judgment and our responsibility to vote in the other 2 directors after tonight.
Okay, the other question I have was, I don't remember the woman's name who you intend on appointing. Is there any information on her as far as, will we have, like, you guys all have bios. I had an understanding of you and your views.
Right.
Is there any way for us to have that information on that person?
Certainly after the fact, next month in the Holley by the Sea News, I'm still writing that column. I'll be giving some background on Rebecca Ward. Rebecca Ward has lived in the community for many years. She served on the ACC. When her husband was alive, they were very active in the community. Rebecca Ward is sitting in the front row there. And I feel Rebecca is a very good, non-controversial choice. And quite honestly, at the moment, that's what we need. We need to come together as an association and stop the infighting. So I would ask that the membership of Holley by the Sea support us, because I have never been in an association where 3 members have quit after 9 days. We are trying to be responsible. We're trying to get this association back on track. You voted us in, and you had confidence in us, and we sincerely hope and plan that that confidence won't be misplaced.
Mr. President, the one thing that I'd like everybody to understand of how serious receivership is. If you think you would have no vote, you would be run by a court system. You'd be run, the costs are just unbelievable. The point is you have some insight and you have some way to vet your problems or try to get them resolved. When you go into receivership, you don't have that option. It's run by one person. And it's really not a good way to do business. And I think by getting this board working and up and running is to your advantage. And I think, believe me, you do not want receivership. Thank you.
Okay, we have a motion on the floor. Is there any further discussion? Are you ready for the question? The question is to approve the appointment of Rebecca Ward to the Holley by the Sea Board of Directors. Those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. the motion to appoint Rebecca Ward to the Holley by the Sea Board of Directors is adopted. Rebecca Ward, are you willing to accept the nomination?
Yes, Madam President.
Thank you.
Motion to adjourn.
Seconded. I declare this meeting adjourned.
I declare.